Good morning. Welcome to Flat Earth Early Bird number 1614. I'm your host Arwin. And before we start the show, please don't forget to share it on any platform you deem fit. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live, which is normally 1 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekdays and 2 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekend. And please also do support me through the PayPal and the Patreon. That'll be much appreciated, and I can still use it. Right, so weather today is a little less clear skied, but it's also a little less windy. It's still very sunny. It's really warm out there. Birds are continually trying to bathe in that water that I leave there. I had to refresh it already for the third time. Seriously. But I like doing it. It's good exercise for the back, which is getting better. But it's not just entirely there yet. But yeah, overall it's a bit cloudy. It's like this hazy cloud, so the sun's still coming through all that. It's kind of nice and warm. Right, so it is Sunday, the 28th of May, 2023. Temperature 21 degrees Celsius. Right, so it should be a great day. I did go to bed early. What am I doing? Just all the extra sleep I can use. I've been laying down a lot, like with this back. It's just if I do get like a bit of rest with it every now and then, it really comes a long way. So it's just like lie down for 5 minutes. So I've been doing that like even during the flatter or during ball busters. Just like in the middle of it, just okay, lie down for a bit. Because sitting on this chair, especially doing tense things, like that's really aggravating it. It makes me freeze in place. But yeah. I think my prediction from yesterday is pretty accurate. It does seem to be going away pretty quick. Anyway, hello Richard G, good to see you. How are you doing? Yeah, yesterday it was a fun show. I was kind of passive, mellow a lot. Hope today it'll be a little bit more active. Because, yeah, did anybody watch the Dead Internet Theory? It's really good. I'll just link it again if anybody didn't get to that. Just post it now at the start. Check it out when you have to. Okay, fine. I watched through the whole thing. It's pretty long too, like 2 hours, but it's a really focused presentation. All of it. Right. I mean, the documentary movie pretty much encapsulated presentation. It encapsulates a lot of things that we've been talking about bots, bot influencers. I mean, word's been going around for a while, and this guy really did some good research and put it all together in a very eloquent presentation. Right. So yeah, yesterday's Ballbusters, that was fun. Basically reviewing the McKeegan show from from Flat Earth Debates Monday, and it was hilarious. It was good to be on it. Like, being on the panel is kind of annoying though, because every time QE plays some video, like you can't hear it from Discord. So then there's a big time delay, and you have to kind of like try to parallel watch it, but it's a bit tedious. But I watched a part of it back this morning, and yeah, I mean, as a watch, it's great. So, there's no Owen Benjamin, didn't do a stream. Wonder, he might have done some Instagram thing or something, but it hasn't been uploaded yet. Never get notification for Ballbusters. Huh. Yeah, then now that you mention, neither do I really. But I don't get like a pop-up notification from that, because the pop-up notification is really selective usually. But there was a notification in the notification list, the bell list. You have to turn it on though. You have to like specifically turn it on. So you gotta double check that. Maybe that status is getting screwed with. It's happened before. But it's always a blast to be on Ballbusters anyway. Unless everybody's only talking about food, or QE's talking about his bow, because that gets a bit tedious. But when it's like really focused on flat earth and flat earth mechanics and all that, and physics, that's great. That's what I really like Ballbusters for. Anyway. Anybody else out there? On this Sunday, is warm Sunday. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Richard G. Yeah, I agree. And it's cool too because it's like on FED, like there can be division and shit going around. I don't know why that happens on FED specifically. But that's like everybody's moods off. But on Ballbusters that like never happens. The worst that happens is people don't show up. But it's never divided, and it's really cool to have like us guys, as you said, me, Nathan, Adam, John, and Brian all together in the same direction. Like that's a pretty awesome team setup. It's a lot of energy and a lot of wits combined. So yeah. My bad, John. No, QE. His name is John. And then you have John Refracted Curvature as well. But he's usually not part of Ballbusters. Yeah, and Dr. John D, who is like a set piece of the intro, like he never shows up. I don't know. I've asked of QE about it, but he insists that he wants to keep him in there for some reason. Even though he hasn't shown up in years. Dr. John D, by the way, does these weird silent videos. Like a lot of technical text meant for pausing. So it's more like a scroll book. Ever check that out? And he has some weird ideas too. What? Yeah. It has like an old internet feel to it. Like internet in the olden days or something. But yeah, that's just he doesn't speak on it. It's just a pure video without sound with a lot of text and some diagrams. That's how he does videos. It's not riveting, but it's like very technical. So it's really for the more advanced technical people. But I think that he's doing weird stuff with it too. That's like, I've seen some of his presentation where I'm like, there's something wrong with this. Whatever. Anyway, that's John D, who's never actually shown up on Ballbusters, but he's always in the intro. What is up with chat today? I mean, it's good to have you here, Richard G, but like, where is everybody else? Oh. X-rated. Dr. John is fake? What do you mean is fake? I started early. Yeah. I try to start early. Especially like in the weekend shows, because there's nothing like I have to end for, so In the weekdays, sometimes I start late because the timing won't work out, or I'm like, I don't really want to do it for a full 2 hour show because I don't feel all that great. Alright, anyway, hello, George Sanford, good to have you. What's up besides the sky? Yeah, well, discussed it in the first part of the show about ballbusters, about the dead internet theory. I was wondering how many people have seen that, because I did link up to it yesterday, I think. Was the day before? I don't remember. But it's really good. Right. Yeah, it just seems, I don't know, like I can't be sure, but it seems like in the recent week, like a shitstorm is unfolding here in the Netherlands politically. I mean, these guys that are in control here, they've really been exposed, and for criminal actions too, and it's all just continuing. It's like trying to ignore everything wrong that they've done, and they keep on just going like nothing's happened. But there's actually now more people, even from the judicial system and all that, getting involved, and like new words start to pop up, new type of designations that I've never even heard of. So yeah, it seems like they are getting cornered. But I mean, yeah, it's like that. It's just this heavy polarized division. So it's like a political war in that sense. There's no real physical situation happening just yet, but they're just like holding in there and trying to maneuver outside of the law. Or they have been doing, and they just try to keep going. Abusing people that are just like, well, acting like Nazis, in the sense that they will just like, whatever the party does is good, like no matter what. And corruption, very typical. So that's keeping them in, it seems, but at the same time, like, yeah, the wider public is really woken up to this shit big time. And there's moves being made to basically, well, get them arrested, to get them out of the function. So yeah, I'm curious to see how long it'll take and what's going to happen in the meantime, because they still try to steamroll through more crazy bills, more medical emergency bill bullshit. Oh, you know how that works by now. I don't even need to explain it. Basically, more money to Big Pharma and more bullshit support to Ukraine and all that. With insane amounts of money. And in the meantime, yeah, I have to really take note that pretty much everything has now become 1.5 times, like 50% price increase of almost all food products since 2 years ago. And it seems like it's there to stay. It's really fucked up. Yep. Right, so yeah, financially they're wrecking the world. The setup, how it all works, and there's just a lot of people that become absolutely destitute. In the meantime, also, there's other people that are more dynamic, and they're doing just fine, I think. There's plenty of people that basically just professionally make sure to stay ahead of any curve that's happening of any sort, and so they will always have some way to get around or to exploit whatever's happening. But there's a lot of people that just don't know how to deal with that. With the hostile environment financially. Like this price increase, I don't know really what to do about it. I mean, I've already been building up to just being very efficient. Did that all my life, so it's like, yeah, well, it seemed to sort of be able to keep it up despite the price increase, but still, it gets pretty precarious sometimes, especially now that, well, the more regular support's just kind of gone. I keep asking though. Hello, Jado. Yeah, Jado, that's okay. Right. But anyway, yeah, there's nothing really I can do about it except just press on and hope I manage. And hope I keep you guys, well, fit enough to keep on going as well. And then maybe at some point this bullshit's finally gonna go away. Or it'll get much worse and then go away. But yeah, if that happens, then it's like a lot of, yeah, the internet might like go down and shit. Because that's gonna certainly deliver a lot of problems financially, because so many people have become completely dependent on the internet for that. Right, but I mean, I think technically this is just like a transition zone, especially for the financial world, for the bankers, where they are meeting like an old system collapse versus the engagement of a new system, but they're all conspiring and like trying the hardest they can to literally enslave the people with it. So it's like we can't really get over the situation, so we're bearing the burdens of the breakdown of the old system. And they're seducing us like, oh, all you need to do is just put on the chains, just put them on, we can have the new system, that's all going to be great. Like, that's literally what they're doing. They're trying to blackmail us with the breakdown of the system and hope that we will just like, oh, we just want to move on. They are attempting to enslave us all, making things so bad that people feel they don't have a choice anymore. Yeah, George Sanford. I mean, yeah, the BRICS situation, of course. I'm really wondering about how that will roll out. Who is gonna take the hardest hit? Well, at first. Because, yeah, the US is probably gonna have to maneuver towards a financial position where they become hyper self-sufficient and self-producing with everything. Because the petrodollar's gone, so they no longer have the entire world to trade with easily. So that will encourage more industrial production and all that in the country itself. But it's been put under lock, so it's basically just gonna keep dying out until these corrupted people that are very, well, I could just say anti-American, very much so, till they've been removed. And everything unlocks again in America. The United States has some chance to actually rebuild their own industry. Are BRICS the good guys? Well, no, not really. They're better though. Like they're more reliable. They're gonna be more reliable and more honest because they have a gold standard. Anyway, hello Antediluvian Catharsis. Looks like a good day. Yeah, no, it's great. Weather's great. Bit hazy, clouded everywhere, but I mean, it's just great. Very sunny. Oh, you heard that one? Yeah, I've been hearing that for 20 years, George Sanford. I'm sure it's already there, partially. It's just like a corporate internet. So, but yeah, that's not gonna like that might be forced by the corporations. Like if you're gonna be employed, you'll have to use that, probably. Hey, Adamican, good to see you. Right, but I mean, this whole digital ID style, like, I don't see it happening. There's other ways to identify, and there's a lot of complaints about it, and there's a lot of issues. But digital ID like that, I don't think that's going to become universal at all. Because just the political exploitation ability of it is just too much. Right? It turns it into, from a right into a privilege. Right? That's what it does. It's like, oh, you have to have a confirmed ID, so it's a privilege then. It's like driver's licenses. I don't want to have a driver's license for the freaking internet. Hey, Cleary. $100 a month and get... Okay, sure. No. Yeah, imagine coming in my chat for the first time and not putting down a nonsense remark that literally makes no sense. Imagine that. How about not using my chat for your stupid bot experimentation? How about that? Way to mess it up, Richard G. But the eco-communism from the 90s? Well, I was exposed to that a bit even through school. But I thought it was just completely ridiculous and counterproductive from the start. Well, yeah, well, antediluvian catharsis. If they wanted to do that, it's super self-destructive. Right? Because you can't just turn off the internet, especially in the Western world. It'll literally wreck the economy at record pace. Like everything, because so much is dependent on the internet in business. Like, they could never do that. Like, if they do that, then they lose control because they are using the internet for business. So they can't just shut it off. The economy was hindered into it. Yeah, no shit. Definitely. And it's worse than that because it's not just being hindered, it's been disrupted and damaged, and then it's not getting restored. And that's the biggest point. Governments are not restoring the damage. So it seems like it was all planned. Arguably self-inflicted even. Right? They're creating a fake crisis themselves to damage the economy just to try to enslave everybody. It's a direct economic attack on the nation. It's a financial coup, you could say that. An attempt. It's this financial siege with an attempt at coup, which would absolutely enslave everybody to like a zombie system. So yeah, what really needs to happen, and it is going to happen eventually, is that mega corporations are going to be cut down. Did you know that that used to be the norm in the 20th century? If a corporation became too big, then it would literally become subject to laws that would force it to split up. Did you know that? Well, those laws are still there, and they're just not being applied. Because, yeah, we're being ruled in the Western world by these fucked up mega corporations that are hostile, anti-human, totally psychopathic, and transhumanist, and arguably eugenicist. Are run by people that are into that sort of thing, and it needs to stop. These freaks needs to be arrested for basically conspiring against nations. And then, yeah, let all those mega corporation, the functions they have, it's really cool, and their factories, yeah, this can all be repurposed so that there is an infrastructure and there's still business. So in that sense, nationalize, right? Mega corporations, nationalize them. And then, well, they become more nation oriented instead of this anti-national web that's just choking every nation to death wherever it can. And then you have all these functions, all these high-tech functions that are useful, but it will be national. That will be much more sensible. And the rest will be trade. It's just all about trade. Oh, hello, Richard. Well, good that you're not a bot, but yeah, it wasn't a funny joke. It was just lame. Yeah, parallel parking a website. Oh yeah, it's incoherent. How funny. Yeah, websites being non-spatial, parking being all about space. Yeah, it's so funny how it's completely incoherent. Yeah, out of nowhere as an entry. No, it's not funny, and it's not the way I like people to enter my chat either. Today's Sunday. I started with Monday time. No, did I? Wait. Huh. You're right. What the? Yeah, I started an hour early. I didn't even notice. Yeah, I guess it's extra early bird today. How weird. Huh. I don't know why. It just didn't. Yeah, I don't know. It just didn't realize that it was an hour earlier, I guess. Oh, in that case, I was lucky to even have you here, Richard G. You already said that? Did you? Yeah, you started early. Yeah, I didn't read it. Yeah, I see now what you mean. At least I got my show. Is that funny? I don't have a show title. Oh, no. Complainy pants, man. People that only talk in whining. Those are banned. Like you. Yeah. How's that so weird? I guess I could have like done groceries in between. Started a bit later that way, but I don't know. I was just feeling like I want to do the show. Because I'm like definitely not gonna sit here another 2 hours just for the record. Just because of my back alone. I don't feel like that. Okay, Clary, moving furniture. Wait, what do you mean antelope and catharsis? Once the economy goes away and wages, the hard jobs are going to obliterate? So people will stop doing them? Will they? I don't know. I think if it's really necessary, like, the wages will guarantee themselves, because it's like it has to be done. They could almost blackmail everybody. It's like, yeah, I want more wages or I'm not doing it, and then nobody's gonna do it, and then you're all fucked. Oh, okay, that sounds great, Cleary. Nice. So you're moving into an actual house again? Did you like move states or something? To what extent is the economic crash and doomsday called this thing? What? Yeah, that's a complicated question there, Tarot. I mean, it seems like, yeah, there's this crash that's like imminent, but whoever's like tanning this economic system is just like, they're just cheating. They're just like breaking the rules, and they're just keeping it going, even if it shouldn't. And from that perspective, doomsday cultism about economic crashes might be created by them, because like they will ensure that it doesn't crash. But if you sow that fear porn, then there might be some people that are gonna like maneuver and spend money or do certain things because to anticipate such a crash, which will never come, and that might be an advantage to those people that anticipate that after creating such a doom cult. So that's the best I can think of. All right, but really, what the thing that can actually compete with the corrupted financial system, in which they can just keep it going even if it shouldn't, the real competition to that would be something like BRICS, a bigger network that isn't corrupt, and that like makes a real effort not to become corrupted like that, right? Because if there's just some other corruption competition with the a corrupted banking system, then they'll just play into that, merge with them, or yeah, it'll just become all one thing, like a fake competition. They can use that even. But if it's something, a system that's like not corrupting, then they will try to corrupt it. And it's just, if it won't work, well, then they truly become like competed out of the way, because people don't want a unreliable economic system. They will not trust it, and they will go for the more stable, reliable system in which the rules are actually upheld. And that's the only way really to make the corrupted financial system snuff it. Right? Because it was always the fiat system, like a confidence game. Owen Benjamin explains this a lot, by the way. I have learned a lot from his explanations too, just because he's capable of explaining it very eloquently. It's a confidence game. So if the confidence is actually lost by another banking system that's really stable, upholding rules, then everybody will want that. There will be no confidence in the fiat system left, and then it collapses. So the BRICS has a good chance of actually achieving that on the long run. I think. Definitely not a financial expert here. Downfall of the USD will be downfall of the Chinese. Yeah, because, well, China carries arguably all of US debt. The bonds and all that. So China definitely does not want the US to do that. They want to be able to spend all their money in the United States. So I wonder then, maybe China actually has vested interest in keeping the United States stable. Because, have you ever thought about this? It's always said like, well, China wants us to go unstable and to go into civil war. But why would they want to do that when they got all the debt bonds of the United States? And if the United States is going to go into complete collapse, meltdown, then how are they ever going to pay out? Have you ever thought about this? Wouldn't it be more logical for China to actually try to stabilize the United States so that they could, well, actually spend the money? Does this make sense? Because it's so confusing, you know. I've been hearing like, oh, China's going to come after us, and from the United States' side, a lot of fear from China. But I mean, China has all their debt, and that means that they have a lot of money bags that they'd like to spend effectively in the United States. But if the United States goes all to hell, then how the hell their bonds are going to be worthless then? Hey, Steamy Traveler. Yeah, Indeed. Yeah, I started an hour earlier and I didn't even notice. I was just starting like it's the weekdays by accident. So it's a really extra early bird today. That's an interesting perspective, antediluvian catharsis. There might be something to that. The world is at a standstill because the elites would find total war or opposition against each other to be inconvenient and diametrically opposed to their interests. Yeah. Although what it would do eventually is make the elite scattered. So the whole unity of it all would fragment. Tower of Babel effect would fragment, and then they start to go at each other. And suddenly it becomes more interesting to individuals that are part of that system to actually split off from the other interest and then go against each other. So effectively, they'll have it all under control, and then they turn on each other. And it all fragments. Or what do you call it? Balkanize. It would all balkanize, suddenly. Which would be the Tower of Babel effect, right? Great unity to get it all done, and suddenly it all just splits apart and everybody civil war against each other. Where before the unity was what made it all possible. Hmm. Yeah. Do old families always win? Until they don't. They have the money. I don't know, antediluvian catharsis. The money and the power, but if like they can't just keep buying power if everybody is against it. Eventually that will start like a civil war. It's like just because they have the money doesn't mean that they can just keep attaining power. Like eventually people will just not sign on anymore. And then like Washington, let's just say it's Washington, it would become completely isolated. Just everybody ignores it, and then before you know it, states start to secede, starting with Texas probably, and then it's just going to be a divided states instead of a United States, and that's it. They can't keep buying the power. It only works if there's enough people fooled to sign on with it. That's the only way it works. It can work. So don't have enough people to sign on with it, then it's just money. It's not gonna work. Eventually it will cause the United States to split up. Right, so they can have all the money in the world, right? Nobody can be forced to take your money. Something that people tend to forget. If you have all the money in the world, that doesn't mean that you own everything if nobody will take your money. See? People refuse to do business. Then it's all worthless. Yeah, it seems to be part of their tactics indeed. Very old world, by the way. Very colonial. To just import hordes of other people. And they are trying that, and it has been massive. Record levels of immigration, illegal immigration. I've seen some videos here and there, and I mean, it is insane. I've never seen. It's always something that's getting harped on in the United States by the right wing. They always do that, and with good cause, of course. I mean, illegal immigration is not good. It's dangerous, and human trafficking, and like all kinds of illegal shit, and nobody can check anything. So there's a good reason to be against that. But just recently, it's gone really insane. Like millions of people. Millions. And that is definitely old world, old families doing that. Because again, they can have all the money in the world. If nobody wants to deal with it, if nobody accepts it, it's worthless. So what they're doing is literally importing people that will accept their money to try to replace those that will not accept their money. That's effectively what's happening. That's why it's happening. It's modern slavery. It's a different form, but it's just like getting slaves to do your work. Except now you lure them with money and luxury. But you buy their mind. Their clean swiped mind, so that they'll just like you and think it's all great. Not knowing that you've literally been wheeled and pulled into a country just to screw everybody that was already living there. You might never even realize that. Right, and by the way, people that go along with that, they are hostile. And they are. And they deserve hostility for that. They do not deserve to just be welcomed. Absolutely not. Now, of course, people that are immigrate legally, that's a whole different thing, especially in the United States. It should be. If you're a legal immigrant, that's great. But these illegal hordes being shoved in there, that's not great. And those people really, they're not there to become American. They're there to replace American culture. A lot of them are also like kind of weird extremists and racist against white people and shit. There's a lot of that has been replicating, breeding, like racism, actual racism that has been encouraged through media and shit, and it is out there now. And they're coming in to literally replace you. So people should be very worried about that in the United States, that's happening. Because every single time it's happened in history, everywhere, where the giant amounts of people like that suddenly get moved in, it always leads to war. Always. Sudden giant amount of people from somewhere different region, different language suddenly get in there, it always leads to war. Well, yeah, I don't know, I'm not sure. Because I'm pretty sure that these elites doing that are actually super anti-human, hellbound to be part of the long-term project to try to exterminate all of mankind. And they hate third world people. Like, really hate them. As in, they find them vermin that they want exterminated. So they're getting these people, fooling them that it's all good, to get over there, to break countries apart, so not so they can have a happy life and become all modern, but to destroy the modern situation where it's all stable and good and productive and financially strong and everything. And then once that's all broken, then they truly start the extermination, starting with the third world. Because they just exterminate the third world like that, like they'll lose control. But if they make everything into the third world first and then just exterminate them all, starting with what was the third world, what was already pretty bad, then they can just like say, oh, just do everything. So yeah, I really see it like that tactically. It's the same thing as like, oh, you're going to take over a nation? Well, you're going to use the people there that will overthrow their government and assist you and become part of your empire, and then you move in and then you kill them and replace them because they are traitors. They can't actually be trusted. They might rebel against you as they did against their former owner. Right? That's exactly how they treat the third world people. Like, they will throw them in meat grinders, women, children, and all. They don't give a fuck about them and their fucking skin color and their language and their habits. They don't give a fuck. They'll all grow them and throw them in the meat grinder, millions. They don't give a fuck. Only thing they want is for the people that aren't like that to lose control, lose cohesion, so that they too over time become like the third world and they can all be orderly exterminated all at once. Right? Because if there's no first world left, then who's going to stop that? Nobody will. Everybody's too preoccupied with their own little struggles, their own little civil war. And then you just go around and you just fucking exterminate everything. Village to village, just fucking kill everything. Nobody there to watch it, nobody there to care. And before you know it, oh, they're arriving at your village. Yeah, we already exterminated half the world. You didn't know about it though. Because there was no more free internet. And there was no more like international travel, and now everybody's going to die because there was nobody left to stop it. That's what they're gonna do. They want everybody to be the third world. Yes, but only so they can kill them. What they want is everybody to be like the third world and to have every town have a square where one person needs to be publicly sacrificed. Like every month or something. That's what they really want. So that it's all going to just be tortured and killed all the time. And nobody stopping it, and then turning into the religion that they want it to be, because they want everybody to sacrifice their own children and themselves to serve them as gods. That's what they want. They want to be the god that people sacrifice their lives and their children to in horrible spectacles. That's what they want. You can only do that with a third world country people. Yeah. Now they do it through secrecy. Secret things and just like things like abortion, which is technically human sacrifice. And they want it overt. They want it so that everybody can see a fully grown human being getting murdered and everybody okaying that on a regular basis. That's what they really want. But yeah, obviously, the first world is not gonna accept that with free thinking and God-fearing people. So they have to destroy that first. And then they can put that there. They can set it up. And we'll have like an Aztec Empire again in that sense, except much worse and like less centralized. And then eventually they'll get bored with it, and then literally everybody has to die, and then everybody will go along with it, and then it's all dead. And then they'll probably kill themselves. And then it will probably take another 100 years before the people that were kind of still left in the wilderness to gradually start repopulating the world. That's a total mess, by the way, and a shithole. And overgrown cities. And yeah. But that's what they're doing. Rich people, we were talking about the old families with gigantic amount of money, they are satanic. They don't care about anything except to destroy it all. And there is one effective way you could deal with it, though. But I mean, ooh, how are you ever gonna get to that point, right? And that is that you, like, officially, internationally take it. You just say, okay, there's a family, there's their assets. They're not yours anymore. We confiscate all of it. And anything you're gonna keep secret, we're gonna still find it and potentially destroy it if we can't have it, so that there will be nothing left for them, and then they all get executed for endless lists of crimes against humanity. And there's a lot of those people out there. Millions. But yeah, you're gonna have to have a lot of momentum in order to get to that point. You gotta, like, have more first world people and prevent the dilapidation into second world and third world status. Prevent that. Or, well, if that's even a reliable thing anymore, not just to have more awakened, more developed people, more capable. If you have more of that, then maybe we could start doing that. Like, actually just, like, name the families, and then giant history lists of nothing but anguish, deceit, and murder. And corruption. Or maybe not murder, but just terrible things. And just take care of it. Like, no more. Like, you have giant amounts of money? Well, that's the cute. You're not allowed to use it in this fashion. The West will be the new third world. Maybe. Yeah, but Borders Boy, anyhow, you say you're killing the third world illogical. Who's to say that's driven by logic? Right? They won't go after them as long as there's a first world. Soon as the first world's gone, then they will come for the third world and basically make it into a giant slaughter fest, even worse than before. Until they got that done, and then they'll get bored and literally kill everybody. Because they can. Doesn't matter that they lose everything in the process. They've got everything. And then when they have everything, they don't want it anymore. Right. Anyhow. Yeah. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. It's a bit dark subject, I guess. Or just say nothing for 4 minutes straight, that's cool too. Anybody still here? Richard G, where are you? Godzilla, Zane Solo, Tarot, you still all here? Just letting Borders Boy and Antediluvian Catharsis do all the talking. Everybody else seems to have just cleared off. Or maybe we should just round out the show then. How about that? Maybe I just round out the show. Nobody fucking shows up. I can do that. Got 20 seconds. Maybe reality is more depressing than amusing. Well, it's not about entertainment. Yeah, I'm not here for your entertainment just so you can feel happy about something. There's something at hand to feel happy about, I'll tell you about it. If there's shit going down, you need to take care of that. I'll share that. Oh my god. Ah. Right, so we don't have to continue talking about it. Just thought I'd bring it up for a change. Henry Kissinger. Oh, well, goody. Or pension you pay. Yeah, okay, Richard. Yeah, but that's logical. I mean, you're not gonna get anywhere if you try to engage with politics through media, really. What? Okay, antediluvian. I don't know what you're talking about. Why would you not feel safe in a Chinese commercial jet, steamy traveler? Automobiles. Yeah, but that's different though, steamy traveler. But anyway, I'm not. I don't know about that plane. You'd have to ask an expert. Maybe they got really cheap alternative planes. I don't know. I don't know the quality of that. Yeah, that's true. Because, yeah, change seems to be just not really happening. Although it sometimes does a bit. It's just. Yeah. Hmm. Well, Richard, yeah, maybe. Well, for England, it certainly seems very terrible. Like, worse than over here. If you can imagine that. But, like, because, like, those freaking nobility got all involved, and that just really screwed it up. Okay, I'm putting it in the title. Usually don't do that. These types of subjects, but I'm doing it anyway. I'm just gonna throw it in there and become all politically entangled or something, maybe. And now the ads are probably gonna whine endlessly because anything you fucking do on the internet ever, any subject you touch, like frickin' AI, man, immediately starts rolling you into a new direction. I hate it. I cannot stand that it does that. Because there's nothing you can do without immediately endless whining and railroading. Every time you do that. By the way, something that the dead internet theory video explains very eloquently. But because I've seen that. I see it happen all the time. Oh, you're subscribed to a new, more bigger channel. Oh, guess what? All your fucking recommendations is gonna be that videos of that new channel that's more popular. All the time. For months. It's gonna try to shove it in your face all the time now. So if you bring up a certain subject that's like a more high energy hook, then suddenly you're gonna get pulled along with that shit. So me just bringing up like the third world and like that and immigration like already does that. Welcome, virus. Do. What's the best way to separate reality from CGI? Just figure it out. I can't tell you that straight out. You just have to figure it out. I mean, real, actual physical things have a certain feel about them. It's hard to explain. Okay. Right, so let's just stop talking about politics, guys. And I'm really, like, the next few days, I'm really gonna fucking ram through Flat Earth, guys. I'm just gonna talk about Flat Earth, more details about Flat Earth, because I don't wanna fucking talk about politics crap. Especially the fucking details, if you know what I mean. I like overall understanding about it. Don't want to know about some stupid ass candidates. Elon Musk rocket launches remind you of a movie? Okay. Like over mentioning the situation. Yeah, I know. I just thought I'd bring up the whole immigration situation because that was like really extreme from what I've seen. That has consequences. You need to take that into account if you're in the United States. You need to be aware of that. Yeah, while the public is still figuring out the elite and how they are literally screwing everything and stealing everything, and then the third world is there to replace you politically. That's what it's there for. And I just thought I'd remind you about it since there's like record levels, historically record levels of people that recently just came rolling in illegally. Do I perform any stretches or exercises? Yeah. But very carefully though. And I'm not gonna talk about it. This is not gymnastics class. But yeah, I mean, it's always very useful to just try to see how you can flex your back without overstraining it, and keep it a bit flexible. But Yeah, I'm not gonna try to describe it, thanks. Woke up late today. Well, I started really early today, LSG. I actually, sort of by accident, started an hour earlier. So I've already been going for almost 2 hours. Yeah, but I mean, it's probably because I just went to bed very early. Which is great, by the way. Very good for sleeping. Resting, should I say. I didn't have any greens, though, this morning. I forgot to get that. Come on, Godzilla, don't do that. Periscope depends on the shape of the Earth. Well, Akumu virus. Serious? So why can... You know what a periscope is, right? It's a little camera, or basically a mirror, sticking out of the ocean just far enough so you can see very, very far. But that doesn't actually work on a globe, because on a globe, if you just stick it out of the water, yeah, you can't see that far because the curve's gotta get in the way. So it's kind of useless on a ball. A periscope would be kind of useless on a ball. On a flat Earth, it works just great. You can see vast distances without really being spotted. Because the angular size of the periscope is going to be very small, very close to water. It's not going to be very visible at a distance, but you can see very far. So if there's something big out there, you will be able to see it. Like a boat, or another submarine that's gone to the surface, that sort of thing. But yeah, that doesn't really work on a globe. Because on the globe, you would just not see very far, and what's the use of that? You would sooner ram into another submarine than, or another boat, than actually see it. Because it's going to be pretty easily concealed behind the curvature. Because you're a periscope and you're like really low above the water. Yeah, projecting Zaptepi. Godzilla might be a little annoyed with ballers today. But yeah. No, the globe doesn't hurt us. It's projection, Zaptepi. 100% projection. Which is expected at this point. It's just so tedious that you don't see it anymore. That projection has become your norm. Flat Earth has never hurt anyone. Oh, really? Then why do we get all these fucking trolls? Zap Happy. Why do we get so many outraged people? So many people making stupid videos about how Flat Earth is all wrong when it's total horse shit. Alright. We all know why people troll flat earthers. Oh, yes. Really, Zeptepi? So, yeah, you tell us. Let the projections begin. There's nothing you can say that's not going to be a projection. So go ahead. Hey, Brian Amets. Good to see you. You know why? No. No, I don't know why. Other than the reasons that I've already said. Because it hurts them. They need a reason to vent some steam over it. Need an opportunity to be able to pretend like they're better than it and overcome Flat Earth. They feel the need to do that, to virtue signal how they're superior to Flat Earth while getting everything about it wrong. And creating a straw man of it. Then ridiculing the straw man. Oh, so you're not gonna say, well, in that case, Eptepi, you can get the fuck out of here. Yeah? You all know why. Oh, well, I'm not gonna tell you why. Oh, yeah, go fuck yourself then. Yeah? Get in here like that again and I'm gonna ban you permanently. With your bullshit. Yeah? You're not gonna get in here and say, oh, we all know why that, and then you don't say it. Yeah? Do that one more time, I fucking ban you forever. Yeah? Anybody ever says, we all know why, and then somebody asks why, and then you don't say it and you avoid it, that means you're banned. No more fucking gaslighting bullshit. Yeah, when I say we all know why this, I usually, without even people asking, Yeah, I then proceed to explain that thing that everybody knows why. Why? I do actually just per habit then start explaining why, even though I'm already assuming that everybody knows why, right? What I don't do is just say everybody knows why and then walk away, and then people ask, okay, so why then? And then not say it and ridicule or strawman away. That's what I don't do. If I bring something up, I'm gonna say everybody knows, and somebody's an exception to that, then I fill them in. Yeah? Don't make some stupid assertion and then not share it. Share the secret. Yeah, you will. Or you're banned. I was not really talking to a Kumu virus though, Godzilla. I mean, the Kumu virus is always being evasive. I was talking to Zep Tepi in this case, since he literally came in saying something like that. And then refused to actually say what it was. Gonna prove your assertion. Well, that's a little bit too much to ask for, Godzilla. I mean, you can't expect him to actually prove his globe assertions. But yeah, you're not gonna gaslight us with, oh, everybody knows this and that. No. Not unless you can actually back, right? Back it. Say what it is specifically. Like, everybody knows what happened back then. Yeah, except no, they don't. And if somebody's going to ask you, okay, what happened back then, and you're not going to share it, well, then you get kicked out. So if you're going to bring something up, you better be prepared to get specific about it. Yeah, I know, Zane Solo. They do. Bringing up Flat Earth can really ruin somebody's day. Especially if it's like from a source they didn't anticipate. Hmm. Right. Anyway, I think I'm gonna round out. It's been over 2 hours. No, I was very early, but I am getting kind of tired of this and hungry, and I kind of want to move. I just want to get out there and move, not sit here another hour. That's my back situation. You know that people think Flat Earth is extremely idiotic. Yeah. We know people think that because they've been indoctrinated through a intellectual Ponzi scheme, pyramid scheme, to believe that. Through indoctrination, we know, said Tepi, that people believe it's extremely idiotic. but they know absolutely nothing about it, because every time they think something about flat earth is idiotic, it turns out they got some stupid straw man model of the flat earth that literally no person would ever defend. And that's what you always do. That's why they think it's idiotic, because they got, oh, look at this really, really ill-conceived, stupid version of flat earth. And that's what you all love to juggle with, like, oh, that's so inferior to our globe conception. Yeah, because you don't have the right thing. You got a stupid little straw man toy of flat earth just to make yourself feel superior. Because it's utter horseshit, and no baller out there has ever brought forth a flat earth model to ridicule that's actually based on what flat earthers claim. I've never seen one. They all get some stupid flat earth straw man model that no flat earther ever claimed, and then start ridiculing it. It's so idiotic. Yeah, because it's the wrong thing. Yeah, you got a wrong thing that nobody claims, and then you think that's idiotic. Yeah, it is idiotic. You made it up yourself. Very ill-conceived conception about flat earth that seems very ridiculous, doesn't it? Because it is. Because you made it up and nobody claims that. This is again projection. You made a really stupid flat earth model, and now you're ridiculing it. You made that up. It's your stupid assumption about flat earth that you made up. Vacuum in containers. Both assumptions? No. A container is the antecedent for gas pressure to exist. It's not an assumption. It's a necessary antecedent. It cannot exist without it. That's official. It's natural law. It's physics. Officially registered. Not refuted. Circumvented with stupid ideal gas bullshit and all kinds of models that are not based on reality. You know they love to do that. But it is physics fact. Can't have gas pressure without a container. That's the actual practical, in reality fact. Not some stupid model that actually doesn't apply to reality. With ideal gases and all that nonsense. Yeah? The real physical world, yeah? Gas requires containment to exist, to manifest. And that's a fact. Natural law, practical, physical based fact. Yeah. If we address any of my ideas, well, you can address any of my ideas, you just can't refute it. You can just say nah, or you could bring up some stupid alternative model like with ideal gases, like I just gave an example of, and then say, oh, so no, it does work in this stupid conceptual thing that doesn't actually apply to reality. That's where it works. Yeah, that's what you do. It does work because of some stupid nonsense concept that doesn't apply to reality. That's your rebuttal. It is. Has been for quite a while. Since 2017, arguably. It has been the anti-flat earther argumentation. Oh no, you can have gas pressure without a container. It's just this All these models of gas pressure, and then just, oh, look, that works, except it doesn't really apply to reality. We had to manipulate a bunch of factors, introduce something that doesn't actually exist in order for this to work out the way we want it to. That's what you do. That's just fucking insane, Akumu virus. You are out of your mind. You're literally contradicting yourself in a singular sentence. Yeah, see? Kumu virus rolling out exactly the horse shit that I just said. Ballers rollout. He did it. He did it just like that. Because you're a predictable numpty dipshit, Akumu virus. We can literally tell you what you do and then you do it. You're like a robot that runs on programming that doesn't really work, but you still do it anyway, and it's so predictable. I can literally, again, say exactly what anti-flat earthers do in response to a certain argument, and then they do it. Right there, on the spot. Yeah, ideal gas, yeah. So where does it apply to reality, Akumu virus? Where does your ideal gas law apply to reality? It doesn't. It doesn't. You just did exactly what I said that you would do. Yeah, hey, Zeptepi, it's your frickin' progress that's halted, not ours. We've had progress, lots of progress. Your progress is completely stuck. Same retarded dead end. Yeah? So, yeah, you cheers to not having more progress for another 7 years. You do that, Zeptepi. Because we're not doing that. We got the progress. We do. Our argumentation becomes more detailed, more refined, year by year. Yeah. Yeah. Keep projecting that horse shit. The YouTube meme. Flat Earth is just a meme. Yeah, you make it into a meme. That way you could maybe strawman everybody in the world that it's just a meme. I mean, Flat Earth is just a meme. It's not real. I mean, maybe you could figure out more ways to twist around it like a fucking snake. Just reinvent that thing that absolutely destroys your worldview. Just reinvent it into something else, right? It's just a trend. It's just a meme. Or maybe it's just a religion, or maybe just a subculture, or maybe it's just a little thing, or just a corporate exploitation. Maybe it's just a conspiracy. Maybe they just made Flat Earth up, even though it absolutely, literally breaks all the argumentation for globe Earth. Maybe they just made it up. It's not real. So maybe you can keep strawmanning Flat Earth instead of, well, realizing that you have no more globe. Because Flat Earth actually involves argumentation that disproves the globe by the highest standards. But hey, I'm sure you can make up another format for Flat Earth to strawman it with and spread like sense that, oh, it's not really important. It's just a meme. It's just this. It's just fad. It's not really anything. It's not like real hardcore, durable argumentation that absolutely, irrefutably disproves the globe. It's not that. It's just a meme. It's just something that just happens to happen at YouTube and people are amused by it. It's not like they keep hanging around and creating straw man arguments to try to recreate Flat Earth so that it's something else that's not as utterly devastating to your beliefs. I know you do that. We know you do that. We see it every day. We see you anti-flat earthers attempt to do that every day. Yeah? We can describe it, we can predict it, and then literally see it happen. Like we're programming you like a robot because you're that predictable. We can literally predict what you're going to do what you're going to do, how you're going to do it. And then, not a minute later, you literally do it like a robot. A robot that we're literally programming through how we know these robots work. We know they work like this. Look, see, he's going to do that. Guess what's going to happen? He's doing it. Yeah, because you're like a robot. Yeah, you know what another word for robot is? Slave. You're a slave. You have no control over yourself. You run a program that annihilates your own consciousness and replaces it with this prioritized religion of making something true when it obviously isn't. And anything that contradicts that just shuts you off. And you start over again, like a robot, a very predictable robot. Yeah? That's your life. That's what you are now. Turn into a robot. Regurgitating your nonsense programming. Not evolving. Super predictable. Yeah, truth over comfort, that's not gonna happen. They're definitely not gonna talk about proof for the globe. It's all gonna be stupid sticks in the sand, all presuppositional based. There is no globe without presupposition. It's all presupposition based. There is no exception. There is no globe proof that doesn't have a presupposition of the Earth being spherical. Mathematically, at the foundation of it, there is no evidence that doesn't presuppose the Earth is a globe. Because if there were, we would have found out by now. There isn't. Right. Anyway, I am gonna round out the show. It's been fun, I guess. Might go and do this more often. Maybe tomorrow too. I'll just go boxing again with Kumu Virus and Zep Tepi and do the robot dance over again. Like, just give them a little sparkle like a Frankenstein monster. Just see them dance around in a very predictable pattern, as I literally predict the pattern, and then the spark happens, and guess what? They do it. It's like I can just command a robot. It's like I tell you exactly what I predict you're gonna do, and then you do it. Almost like I commanded you to do it. And you continually do that. Akumu Virus, Zep Tepi, you too especially are really good at doing that. Tell you exactly what you're gonna do, and then you do it. And then you don't even realize that I just predicted that you were gonna do that. Every time. It's like dozens of time. I've taken note of that. Let alone the times that I didn't even pay attention because I just didn't give a shit. It happens all the time. Describe certain behavioral traits, even involve certain trigger words of the argumentations that are typically used, like ideal gas, and guess what happens? As soon as I trigger one of those words, it starts to roll out of you, and then you do it as predicted. It happens every time. Because you're like robots. Right. Anyway, it's been fun and all, but I am rounding out. So thanks everyone for coming. I hope you like this show. It's a bit laid back, but yeah, I'm gonna try to get more into just this anti-flat earth psychology, I guess. It's still required. They're still out here doing their thing. So I'm still gonna have to bring that up and then do this weird little dance, this weird little robot dance with them. Right, so anyway, I hope you all liked this show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogan's it up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live, which is normally 1 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekdays and 2 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekend. And please also do support me through the PayPal and the Patreon. That'll be much appreciated, and I can always use the support. So yeah, some support would be great sometime. It's been like a week. So yeah, please do support me, and then I won't get as super cranky and have like once a month a total financial breakdown moment again and again and again if I'd get some more regular support. Right. And if not, well then that's exactly what you're gonna get. You're gonna get me break down and go all hysterical. It's gonna be embarrassing, and it's gonna make flat earthers look really poor again. So hey, if you're all okay with that, then yeah, sure. Don't support me then. Right. Anyhow, I'll be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 1615 on a Monday, so it's going to be 1 p.m. Amsterdam time, kind of like today, except it's going to be intended to be that time. Today I just started early by accident. Right. Yeah, don't forget to check out Ballbusters if you haven't done that, and definitely don't forget to check out the Dead Internet Theory video, which is a really good video. I linked it up earlier in the show. Definitely go and check that out. It's really good. It's very much worth watching. Here, I'll link you up again at the end of the show. Right, so until the next video, keep it flat and enjoy this Sunday. See you around.